And welcome back. So, Jaden, don't worry. I will see Peter Rabbit on matinee on Tuesday. I will see it. You requested it. I'll go see it. But it was supposed to be yesterday that I saw it. But me and my girlfriend were going out. We were shopping around. And basically, we turned it into a date night. We haven't had one of those in a while. We had a great time. So I'm like, you want to go see Peter Rabbit with me? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, I kind of want to take you to a movie that I think is going to be better than Peter Rabbit because I frankly just don't think Peter Rabbit's going to be good. And they had not pre-screen, but early screenings for the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard last night and Friday. I'm like, we're only 15 minutes away from the Cinemark in West Springfield, because I live in Massachusetts. And there's a Cinemark in Hadley. There's a Cinemark like 20 minutes from my house. The one we went to was much nicer and bigger, but it's like a good hour drive, roughly. But we were already in the area for the day anyway, so it made sense to do that. But I'm like, well, yeah, I love the first Hitman's Bodyguard. I have it right over there in my DVD collection. So I'm like, yeah, let's go see it. And we sat down. We got sat in the cinema in the XD of the great lean back electronics, seats and trays. Like, it's great. What do I think of this movie? Having seen the first one, I will say this: I do not think this film is as good as the first one. But the only reason I don't think that is, frankly, because the action wasn't as good. That's it. The action in the first one you could still see a lot of it. It was very well shot. And maybe it was because we were pretty close to the screen, admittedly, and it was XD. But it was still very well shot. This one, not all the action is a mess. But a lot of like the club scenes, like close fighting scenes in like little small areas, it is hard to make it. It's a lot of shaky cam and very hard to see what's going on in some scenes. And like I can still kind of follow it because I've just seen so many of these movies. I can kind of do that instinctually, but it's not easy, and you shouldn't be having to be focusing on the film to be like, what the hell's going on? You shouldn't be asking that question when you're watching a movie. But that said, this is exactly what you want out of the sequel. They're adding Selma Hayek in. Basically, Selma Hayek gets Ryan Reynolds to help her out. Ryan Reynolds is on sabbatical. You see that in the trailer. And, they got to go see her husband, and he cries, I said anyone but him. And it's them in, ensuing wacky adventures. And it's exactly what you want. I'm not going to sit here and repeat every single joke, but there are a couple of running jokes in the movie that are, that when the payoff happens, it is beautiful, the payoff. Absolutely. There's because you see in the trailer, they want to start a family, Selma Hayek and Samuel L. Jackson. They're trying to have a baby. And we learn a lot of the issues that are going on with that. And then the payoff to what the ultimate resolution to that is just cracked us up. Now, in the trailer, too, and so this is no spoiler. I'm not spoiling much, or pretty much anything in this video. I try not to do that unless it's like a major movie where I want to talk spoilers, in which case I'll do a non and a spoiler review, obviously. Morgan Freeman is in the movie. And when we first meet Morgan Freeman, we know he has a relationship with Ryan Reynolds. I'm not saying what the relationship is, but he has a relationship with Ryan Reynolds. And the look on Samuel L. Jackson's face, where he's trying to process what's going on, is beautiful. It's beautiful. There's some great actor cameos. Obviously, like I said, not even cameos, like appearances, like actors that are in the movie that I didn't know were in the movie. Frank Grillo's in the movie. He plays a Boston agent who's working for Interpol, doesn't want to be. The guy who plays Luther on Umbrella Academy, he's like the villain's bodyguard. It's like he's been AAA rated bodyguard for the last couple of years. Like, you guys really have like awards? Like, yeah. And there's a couple psych out moments, absolutely. Antonio Banderas. My girlfriend was a little confused. Like, well, I mean, he's a it's kind of weird for him to be playing a Greek. I'm like, not really. I mean, he is actually Spanish. Like, he's not Mexican. He's Spanish. And Spain and Greece aren't that far apart. And a Greek accent and a Spanish accent aren't that different from each other. And, complexion-wise. So, actually, I could very well believe him playing a Greek. Actually, I could. I mean, yeah, I know he's not. Because I know him as Antonio Banderas, and we all know him. So, yeah, maybe that's a little distracting, admittedly, but I had no issue buying that, quite frankly. And he gets more screen time and more stuff to do in this than someone like Gary. And then unfortunately Gary Oldman got. That's something he actually did a little bit better. Is that the villain? They give a bit more screen time in this than in the original, because really he just pops in every now and then and has that scene at the end. That's it. Whereas Antonio Banderas actually gets more scenes and actually has a bit more like dialogue and things to do in this one than Gary Oldman did, which I like, because I mean I love them both. But I mean, you're gonna give me more of Antonio, I'm down. I love Antonio Banderas. Who doesn't love Antonio Banderas? How old is that man? Like 60 something now? Still, I mean, man, still got the sex appeal of a god. Come on, let's see, Antonio Banderas. Let's see, Antonio Banderas. He's only 60. So I mean, like the man. It's kind of like George Clooney or like a Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Those actors that just had that natural sex appeal, or like a Hugh Jackman or something like that, who just had that natural sex appeal and just that charm, that personality. And I think the personality of that guy just shines through. Like that guy is going to be a sex symbol for the rest of his life. Let's be honest. He'll be 90, just like, hello, senorita. Change my diaper, and I shall love you. And someone would I might have pointed at a very bleak scenario. I'm sure that's not going to be the case. No, Antonio's very well off. He'll be fine in his older years. I mean, Selma Hayek's great. I like the fact this was a logical step to go if you were going to do a sequel. You couldn't just do the same thing, even though that still would be entertaining, with Samuel Jackson and Ryan Reynolds. Adding the wild card of his wife, where even Samuel L. Jackson looks at his wife like she's a little bit crazy sometimes. Like, like he does those looks sometimes. I mean, so it is a good addition. It's a natural dynamic. Now, if this does want to get a third sequel and they were to do one, I don't know where they go from there. Maybe they can answer the question of where Ryan Reynolds' girlfriend went, because you'll notice in the trailer you don't see her at all, and it's implied they made up and may have been gotten back together by the end of the first film, but that's not the case in this. No, she's not even in this. She's not in this movie at all. So, and I like that. She's the woman who played Elektra in the Daredevil Netflix series. I love that actress. I mean, gorgeous, but good actress also. I mean. I don't know why they didn't at least dress that. Maybe, and we know he's in therapy. In his therapy session, he was talking about that nightmare. He could have just addressed that his girlfriend, we tried to get back to make it work again, but I effed it up. He could have been an easy explanation, one and done. There you go. But they don't explain that. So if I have any complaint besides the action, I guess that's a problem. Like, that is a plot point you should have addressed at least. But they addressed everything else, but yeah, that's one thing they could have addressed. Otherwise, I don't have much else to say on it. It's a fun movie. I'm not going to ruin any jokes for you, like any serious jokes. There's a scene involving, I'm not going to say what he took. There's a scene involving Ryan Reynolds trying to get them out of danger, and he's got broken ribs from taking a gunshot earlier. So somehow he gives him some painkillers, and hilarity ensues from that. I'm not going to say anything except the gelato scene. If you've seen the movie, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And Morgan Freeman narrates that scene. Like, I'm not going to say, I don't know why this happened. Maybe I don't want to know. We were laughing. There are points where we're just getting some good gut buster laughs at us. And you're laughing throughout the entirety of the movie. And really, with this type of movie, that's what you want. You just want to be laughing throughout the entirety of the film, and you do. You just laugh. It's a good movie. I recommend it, absolutely. Especially if you're a fan of the first one, you'll like this one. My girlfriend didn't even see the first one. We were probably going to watch it today, but we might not get around to it. We'll watch it at some point. Maybe we'll rent it when we're over at Mark's later. You always go over there on Sunday. So maybe we'll convince them to rent it so we can watch it. I don't know if you've seen it. So that's my thoughts on that. It's a perfectly good follow-up sequel. It's not going to win any awards, but it doesn't need to be. It's exactly what it needs to be for the summer. Laughs, And, you know, after the last year we had, we need laughs. We need a lot. We haven't had a lot of comedies come out now that I think say that out loud. So I think this is like the first big comedy we've had. Because Tom and Jerry, the Tom and Jerry stuff was fine. The human stuff, not so much. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, the first real good comedy of the year. That's all I can say. So thanks for watching, though. Hope you enjoyed. If you've seen it, let me know what you thought. Put in the comments below, let me know. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Hit that bell if you want to be notified. I still have the what if I need to do from yesterday. I didn't get around to it yesterday. I apologize for that. Like I said, we had basically like a date day, and we got home late, and I just couldn't get around to doing the who would win or the what if. So yeah, sorry about that, but don't worry, I'll get to it today. And the week of what if is coming up, which wouldn't you know, I took my vacation 1 week before the week of what if, and that would have made doing the what if so much easier for me to be on vacation at that time. Whatever. Yeah, I go back to work tomorrow. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you folks later.